India's retail inflation in all likelihood slipped simplest modestly in May. Reuters Ballot Bengaluru India's retail inflation probable slipped modestly in May, however stayed well above the Reserve Bank of India's higher tolerance restriction for a fifth consecutive month, as lower gas fees offset surging meals charges, a Ballot found. But the dip is anticipated to be temporary, and analysts say the RBI remains on the right track to maintain raising hobby prices. Late closing month, the government announced a chain of modifications to the tax structure levied on vital commodities and trimmed fuel tax to cushion purchasers from rising costs and fight excessive inflation. Although the overall impact is not anticipated to seem in client charges until June, economists say these measures have in short helped stem the upward trend in expenses. But a pointy spike in prices of wheat, tomatoes, potatoes and different greens, key elements in every Indian kitchen, will preserve inflation accelerated. Crop yields are down because of dry spells and heatwaves in northern India. The June 69 ballot of 45 economists showed inflation measured through the Patron Rate Index (CPI) likely slipped to 7.10% in May on a year ago, from 7.79% in April. Forecasts for the data, due at 1200 GMT on June 14, have been in a 6.70 pages c 8.30% variety. ANZ economist Dheeraj Nim said the authorities' fuel tax cuts decreased costs by means of around 10% as compared with in advance this 12 months. However, meals inflation persists to be on a sharply extended trajectory, in particular at some stage in the summer season months beginning from May, he stated. Increasing meals fees have emerged as a primary concern for families already hit difficult with the aid of the pandemic. Food inflation, which debts for almost one-half the CPI basket, rose 8.38% year-on-year in April, the very best in almost 2 years. A more than 4% fall in the rupee against the dollar this year has also made imports dearer. That way, hobby fees are set to hold rising. After a surprise 40 basis point hike at an unscheduled assembly in May, the RBI lifted its repo charge any other 50 basis factors to 4.90% on Wednesday and said inflation will likely remain above its 6% upper tolerance band until December this year. A lot of the present-day pressures are a lot supply-side pushed. There's virtually little that the RBI can do at once to stem any of this in the brief run, stated Miguel Chanco, chief emerging Asia economist at Pantheon Macroeconomics.